If you think you're not looking too good, you're probably right. Hi guys, it's Xandra and welcome back to another weekly video. This is gonna be a fun one. And it's gonna be fun because I'm just gonna give it to you straight. You guys know I'm honest with you. I like to give you guys the cold hard facts. I even have a series on TikTok, if you guys follow me, called the No BS Tips, because I'm just giving it to you how it is. And I know there's so much fluff on the internet now, and I don't mind the fluff, but sometimes we need to like break the ice with that. We gotta be straight up with each other sometimes. And this video, I'm gonna teach you guys how to level up in 2024, mostly physically, but honestly, when you look good, you feel good. So this is gonna level you up in all areas, not just the physical. But I'm gonna be focusing on physical because I think that's where a lot of it starts, and call me superficial. But like I said, when you look good, you feel good. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to level up. These are just my tips, my opinions. You know, take it with a grain of salt. If you don't completely agree with me, that's cool. But I think this is gonna be helpful. And this video is for the people who are like, you know what? I know I could just be doing better. I know I'm not at my peak. I could just be in better shape or something. I know I could look way better than what I look like right now. And this is not just like because I want to be the hottest girl in the room or because I want to be the prettiest girl at the party. No, not that. But it's just, you know, you're not at your peak and you're just like, what can I do to just level up my look? Don't worry, girls, I got you. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, I'm gonna have this dedicated into sections. So I'm gonna have different topics and I have it all listed over here. And I'm gonna start out with hair. Now, I had to learn some of this the hard way, honestly. I experimented with some crazy hair and finally found what fits my face shape and just me in general. So the thing about hair is you have to really base it off your face shape and kind of how your structure is, because hair is such a big part of your look. And whether you like long hair or short hair, that's like whatever. But as far as like shaping and like all that stuff, that matters. So like bangs, for example, oh my gosh. There was a time where I looked okay in bangs, but as I got older, I realized that actual bangs, like I'm not talking about fringe or curtain bangs, I'm talking about like straight bangs. Those don't look good on me, and I've established that. Learned the hard way. Gonna link a picture right here. Obviously, I don't look horrible here, but I don't look the best, and I feel like it's just, it doesn't do me justice. So I think for this, go based off your face shape. So I personally, I think I have a heart-shaped face. I'm pretty sure. So like when I do a bang, it just looks like my head looks wider and my face just looks more chubbier when I have bangs because it's covering so much. So I just like look like, I don't know, it just looks weird on me. So I love a good curtain bang to just add some like dimension. The best thing about today is like we have the internet, and the internet has so much information. So you can literally look up different face shapes and you'll see like different types and you'll be like, oh, that's mine. That's exactly what I did. I was like, what kind of face shape do I have? Like, I don't even know what that means. So I just like literally Googled like different face shapes and I saw a picture with a bunch of different ones and I was like, oh, I have more of a heart-shaped face. Some people have slimmer faces, some people have wider faces, or like even like more boxed faces, you know? But me, I tend to go more in a heart shape. So I noticed that and I went based off that with my hair. With the topic of hair comes hair color. And now, I'm such a huge advocate of your natural hair color looks the best on you, but I know sometimes we get bored and we're like, I want to experiment with different things. Totally fine. I still think though, go based off of your features, your complexion, your eye color, your eyebrows, like go based off those features as well. So for example, me, I know I look good with brown hair, just like my regular like roots, but I also look good with like a balayage. And the balayage I normally get is more of a caramelish blonde type of balayage, and I feel like that is my best hair color, is when I have that type of balayage. I have like a little bit of blonde mixed in there, but not a lot. So as you guys can see, the bottom half right here is like not the same color as my roots, obviously, because I just put a little bit on the bottom, a little bit to add dimension, and the rest is mostly brown. It gives me the freedom to kind of play around with my hair a little bit, so I'm not like bored of just my regular brown color. So honestly, my best bet is go on Pinterest and like look up hair color for girls with olive skin. For example, if you have more of an olive skin, or hair pictures of girls with blue eyes and tan skin. I don't know, whatever your features are, try and like look at other people that also have your features and see what kind of hair they have. And that means for color, for cut, for whatever style. So I would say draw inspiration from observing. And I know a lot of people are like, no, because then you're gonna compare yourself. Absolutely not. Look at girls that you don't have similar features to you and you'll be like, wow, let me try out what so-and-so did, because like we have, you know, the same type of eyebrows, same eye color, same complexion, like let me see what it looks like on me. And this is not me telling you to kill your creativity and never do like a cool color like red or blue or purple. Not saying that, but I'm saying if you feel like you haven't been able to elevate your look in the way you want and you have already experimented with those colors and some crazy cuts, maybe take a step back and just be like, let me experiment with what God has given me. The brown hair, the blonde hair, whatever hair God has given you, let me experiment with this. Let me add maybe a little bit of dimension into it, maybe do some layers. I want to cut my hair a little bit, let me do some layers. Or if you have like the face shape that fits it, do a bob. Cut your hair in a cool way. Like, I'm not saying you have to be boring and just do the, okay, brown long hair, that's it, cute. You could. That's what I do, but because I look better with that, honestly. I don't look good with short hair, I don't think. Yeah, this all just goes back to embracing your features, guys. Like, I'm not saying go and change and be like some random girl you see on Instagram. Not at all. Go based off what you look like, and I promise, like, 9 times out of 10, you will look so much better with the things that you already have. You don't need to even change as much as you think you need to change. And also, when it comes to hair, find something that you know you can maintain. So I know I mentioned, like, if you really want to cut your hair short, that's totally cool. If you know you would look good with short hair, totally fine. Can you maintain it though? Because at the end of the day, everyone loves when they go to the hair salon and they get their hair done for that day. But now, let's say 2-3 days later, now you have to wash it and blow dry it. Now you have to style it every day. So it's like, think about that. Can I maintain this? Will I maintain this? Because that's a huge part in looking your best every day. If you feel like you can't style your hair every day, or if it's too much work, or whatever the case may be. I've heard this a lot from girls that got layers, actually, because layers look amazing when you blow it out. But some of my friends that got layers, they're like, dude, I can't like blow dry my hair though. Like 2 times a week though. It's so much work. I don't want to do it. And then now I have layers and they only look good in when I blow it out. Like, if you can't maintain it, it's going to be kind of hard for you to feel your best in that hair, just because it's not going to be styled in the way that it quote unquote should. So just find something that you know you can maintain. For me, I have very long layers. I didn't get choppy layers because I know my hair doesn't stay when I do really bouncy blowouts. It falls really easily, unfortunately. I don't hold curls that well either unless I really, really put them tight and then I brush them out after. Like, it's a whole process. So I have pretty long hair. You can't really see it because it's in a ponytail, but I have pretty long hair and has long layers. I have a little bit of a face frame and I have balayage. So I'm able to maintain it, and I only dye my hair once or twice a year. Something I could really maintain and I feel good with it. So that's a big part too, guys. If you feel like you can't maintain it, you're not going to feel your best because you're not going to style it in the way that, you know, it'll look its best. Okay, now moving on to makeup. One of my favorite topics, honestly, because I'm a makeup girl. Like, I love playing around with different things, and I love contour, I love blush, I love all the works. So when it comes to makeup, I actually just made a video about this, and I made a video on TikTok and it was like, if you think your makeup looks bad, it probably does. because trust me, girls, we know when our makeup doesn't look our best. Like, we just see it, we're like, wow, it looks so patchy today. Oh my gosh, it looks like I put a bunch on and I feel like I didn't even put that much on. Whatever. There's days our makeup doesn't look great and we know it. So to level up your makeup, it all starts with how you prep your skin. Moisturize and primer. That's it. Just make sure you cleanse your face obviously before. Moisturize, leave that on for a little bit, primer, leave it on for like a minute or two, do your makeup. You just have to make sure you prep your skin first. It'll go on smoother, it'll stay on longer, and you won't look as patchy because you'll be moisturized. That's it. When it comes to prepping, for me, that's all I do. Next is choosing the right type of makeup. I think this is a very common mistake in the sense of not picking the right type of makeup. So if you have dry skin, don't pick a matte foundation because you're going to look patchy, drier than the desert girl. Like, for example, me, I just replaced my foundation because I was like, I need a new one. This one's not really doing me much justice anymore. So I replaced it with the Dior, and I saw that this one's really good for acne prone skin and it goes on so smoothly. It's hydrating. Why are there planes all... Every 2 minutes there's a plane that flies over my house, so that's fun. Anyways, I have acne prone skin and I tend to have pretty oily skin, so I wanted a foundation that was just helping me manage that when I want to do my makeup. I saw the Dior one was a really good one for that, so I replaced my foundation, got this one, and let me tell you guys, I love this one. It goes on so well. If you have acne prone skin, the Dior one. Not sponsored, but I wish it was. Forever Skin Glow. Honestly, I love it so much. But just picking the right makeup. So if you have oily skin, go for foundations that will help out with that and not, you know, sabotage you in a way. You know what I mean? And next one is choosing the right shade. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my god, that's so obvious. You have to make sure you have the right shade of foundation so you don't look orange or something. You have to make sure you choose the right concealer so that it's not too light, not too dark. Yes, of course. Color match your foundation and color match your concealer, as you can see, like different shades, of course. Make sure you do that. But a common mistake is not choosing the right blush, bronzer, eyeshadows. That is just as important as choosing the right foundation, guys. Let me tell you. Obviously, go based off your complexion. There's so much information out on these types of things on like TikTok and YouTube. I can do a separate video just on this, but there's so much information out there that you guys can do this. I'm just giving you the intro. Choosing the right foundation shade. So like you don't want to get something that's super dark if it doesn't fit your complexion, or something too light because it's not going to contour anything. So me, I personally go for a shade like this, and I have my little contour stick, which is a little darker, but this is what I use for actual contour, and then I set it with this. Oops. And then I set it with this. So picking the right shades is just as important, because if you don't pick the right bronzer or the right blush, it's gonna look off. I promise it's gonna look off. So for example, for blush, I use more of a mauve color, and it's this shade right here. I use this and this kind of mixed together for a little shimmer, and then I add some brown. I have pretty dark features on my face, like eyebrows and eyes and eyelashes and all that. So I like to mix kind of all three a little bit and add, as you can see, it kind of like just contours me a little bit. A lot of people do not talk about this, and I don't know why. I really don't know why, because it's just as important as picking the right foundation. And then for eyeshadow, mainly I think based on eye shape and eye color. Again, you could always like look up videos about this because there's so much stuff on this, but I tend to go for more like brown shimmery. I don't know if this would be considered brown shimmery. I don't want to take a look because it's literally, oh my god, it's all broken. But something like this is what I use for my inner corners and sometimes my lid, but I mostly highlight with this as well. I don't usually use eyeshadow unless I'm doing full glam for like an event. A very bright shimmer looks just so good on my eyes. A little inner corner action I think looks good on everyone, to be honest. But yeah, guys, not enough people talk about this, and I think it's just so important. Pick the right shade of blush and bronzer and eyeshadow, just as much as you would pick the right foundation color. This last tip for makeup is controversial, but you know me, guys. I like to be straight up with you. So this last tip is do more or do less. You're either doing too much or you're doing too little. Let me explain. I've seen girls, for years they had eyelash extensions, they would have lip fillers, or they would put lip liner, make their lips really huge, or just do like full glam every day. And then like they took it all off one day, like no eyelash extensions, no lip filler, and they looked so beautiful. And I'm not saying they didn't look beautiful before, but like when they took it all out and they did less, oh my gosh, they like, it brought out a whole other level of their natural beauty. And I was like, why weren't you doing this before? One, it's less maintenance, and two, you look amazing. I have friends that literally they could put concealer and mascara and they're the most prettiest girls in the room. Like some girls don't need to do too much, but like for example me, I'm not saying I don't look good without makeup, I'm not saying that, but I feel like I look more put together when I do a little bit more. So for example, sometimes when I go out with my girlfriends, like I like to do more of a full face. Like I do foundation, I do bronzer, I, you know, do the little inner corner thing, I add some eyeliner. I like to do a little bit more because I feel more put together, and not for nothing, I feel prettier when I put a little bit more makeup on when I go out. Whereas some of my friends don't feel the need to do that, and they don't really need to. Just like for example, their skin is super clear, they have super long lashes, so if they put lashes on top of that, it wouldn't make sense, you know what I mean? Like they just need mascara. So it just goes back to what I was saying before, like go based off your features, and some people need to do a little less, and some people, you know, add a little bit more makeup on, and I promise you'll feel like very put together. And this is not me trying to say don't embrace your natural beauty or none of that. If anything, I'm telling you to embrace your natural beauty and go based off your natural beauty. Like for example, me, I like to put some black eyeliner. I like to have a lash. Like I personally just feel better that way, and I think it matches my natural features, whereas someone else might not need to do as much, and that's okay. And I'm not mad that I need to put some extra things on. If anything, I'm happy that I'm able to realize that and like go based off of what I have, because I'm gonna feel my best at the end of the day. And if anything, this is the epitome of don't compare yourself to people on Instagram or online or whatever, because they look a certain way because they just look different than you. So they're going to need different things, or they're going to do different things when it comes to makeup. So yeah, guys, like this is me just being straight up and saying sometimes do a little more, sometimes do a little less, and that's okay. Like for some, doing too much makeup, it just does not suit them, whereas some people look so good with a glam look. You know what I mean? Like everyone is so different, and I think that's what's the most important part about this tip is embracing your differences and not comparing yourself to the next girl on Instagram, because they're going to look different because they look different than you. Focus on your natural beauty and what you can do to enhance it using makeup. And if you're like, Xandra, I am not a makeup girl, like that's just not me. I don't know how to do it, or I'm not good at it. I can't do it every day. I want to do a video on how to navigate that, because there's so many ways that you could still elevate your look, as far as like so many ways to like elevate what you can do here to look good even without makeup. There's so many clean girl makeup looks out there too, like tutorials and on TikTok. And sometimes I'll literally, when I'm feeling lazy, I'm like, how to look good without makeup today. And I have so many girls that are like, oh, do this, do that, brush your eyebrows this way, do your eyelashes that way. And I'm like, wow, the internet is amazing. Like you could find so many things to figure out how to navigate like problems that you couldn't do like 40 years ago, which is amazing. So if you're not a makeup girl, I can do a whole different video about that, how to elevate your look without having to do too much, like a very minimalist beauty routine. I want to do that for you guys. Actually, that's gonna be my next video, my maintenance routine. I don't do as much as some people may think. My beauty maintenance routine is pretty minimalist, and let me tell you, it works for me. It's easy to maintain. I'm gonna do that next time for you guys. So if you're not a makeup girl, if you're not a beauty girl, whatever, if you're someone that doesn't have a whole bunch of time to just spend on your look, I got you. I'm doing that for our next video. Moving on to clothes, and with leveling up in 2024 with your look comes with clothes and wardrobe. Now, I love this topic because you don't need to be the richest person ever to be able to buy clothes that suit you. Number one, when it comes to buying clothes, is dressing for your body type. And at the end of the day, wear whatever you want, whatever makes you feel good, wear it. But if this is for my girls who are like, girl, I am lost with when it comes to my clothes. I don't know what to wear. I don't know what looks good on me. Your body type will tell you what looks the best on you. I saw this video the other day and it was so eye-opening. It was a girl and she was wearing high-waisted jeans, and she was like, me with high-waisted jeans versus low-waisted. And the high-waisted jeans didn't look bad on her, but it didn't give her any shape. And it just kind of felt like it covered her body, and it didn't really give her anything to work with. Like, from here down, like she only had this much to work with. She put low-waisted jeans on, it changed her whole look. And it wasn't even that low-waisted. It was like a little bit lower than what her original jeans were. Oh my gosh, guys, it made a whole difference in her outfit. And I was like, if this isn't a sign to like dress for your body type, I don't know what is. Everyone thinks you just have to cover everything, or everyone should just wear high-waisted jeans. No, like everyone's body type is so different, and again, we're circling back to embracing your features. Dress based off your body type and experiment with things that you know you'll feel good in, you'll look good in, and that's all that matters, guys. When it comes to style and clothes, find something that you know you'll feel good in, that will make you stand out in your own way. It represents who you are. It represents your personality. And that goes with the colors as well. I saw this whole thing of a girl getting color matched when it comes to like her complexion with colors. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. I have never done that personally, but I just go based off what I think looks good on me. But matching colors to your complexion and your features is also such a huge thing. Like I have a friend, she has blue eyes, so she looks so good in like pastels. Oh my gosh. If you play around enough with clothes, you'll start to notice what colors actually look good on you and what like makes you stand out. Play around with this a little bit and like see what colors like fit you, and you will eventually find your color, I'm telling you. Personally, me, I love wearing greens. I think like an emerald green looks really good on me because I have dark hair, so it feels like very mysterious, if you will. I'm not tan. I don't know if I would be considered olive skin or what it is, but a bright blue also looks good on me, surprisingly. I didn't expect that because like I thought like darker colors would look better on me, but a bright blue actually doesn't look horrible on me, and I was like, oh. But I only found that out because I put on a bright blue shirt and I was like, whoa, it's actually like compliments me pretty well. Play around with the colors. Honestly, you'll be surprised. Okay, and the last thing I want to say about clothes is find staple pieces that you know that you're going to use consistently and you're not just going to put away and never use. Gone are the days where you're going to go in your closet and be like, I have nothing to wear. No, you will always have something to wear. Find timeless staple pieces that are reliable, that you know you can mix match with other things that you already have. So for me, a good example, I will show you right now. I have these jeans that I love. I believe they're from H&M, and this black kind of Skims type of top, and this with like some Uggs, my black puffer, is like a staple outfit for me. Like, I know if I see this in my closet, I could throw it on with some jeans, some black jeans, some leather pants. I'm making it a mission to find more staple pieces that I know I'm going to be using and that are reliable, that I can go in my closet and be like, okay, I have this shirt, I could have 3 pants for this shirt. You know what I mean? It's not about having so many clothes, it's about having the right amounts that you can mix and match. Like, I plan on getting this in like a green so that I can wear it with like a beige pant. It's all about just like finding models that look best on you and suit your body type and match, you know, the colors that look good on you, and just riding that wave, guys. Fashion does not have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be stressful. It could be so simple if we just start to narrow down our choices and find timeless staple pieces that will always look good on us, easy to pair with, and you could always go in your closet and have something to wear. Now, next thing about leveling up in 2024 is eating right and working out. Let me preface and start by saying, working out does not mean you have to go to the gym 5 times a week and lift for 2 hours straight. Not what I'm saying. Like I've been saying kind of this whole video, is everyone's different, everyone's body is different, everyone's workout routines are going to be different, but what's important is that you're moving your body every day, even if that's just walking for 20 minutes. Move your body every day and eat right. I'm pretty sure, like, I saw this somewhere, but it's like when it comes to like feeling your best and getting in shape, it's 80% what you're eating and 20% what you're working out. I'm not too sure if that's correct, but I know your diet and how you eat is like the most important part of fitness, because you can't out train a bad diet. I did see that somewhere. What I mean by if you're not eating right, if you're just eating overly processed foods all the time, you're frying everything you're eating, you're constantly using like inflammatory oils in all of your food, you are just not going to feel your best, you're not going to look your best, and in return, you're going to be like, why don't I look as good as I can? You keep asking the same question, why am I not looking as good as I know I can? I know I could reach my peak, I'm not at my peak yet, why haven't I reached my peak? Take all of this into account and be like, am I really putting in the effort to make sure I'm being the best self that I can be every day? And this is not me trying to be a health and fitness guru, because I am beyond that. I am a huge advocate for balance. I believe those fried foods are great to have sometimes. I love to eat some processed food sometimes. Are you joking? Are we kidding? Love me some ramen coming from the little packet. What? I will always love a good little processed food here and there, but I would say like 80% of the time I really try my best to eat as much whole foods and like real foods as much as I can. And I'm a huge advocate for balance, guys. Like, I think if you overly restrict yourself, if you're overly just going towards one type of diet, you will eventually binge, or you eventually cave in, or just give up altogether because you're being too restrictive. Balance is so important. Have a carb, have a healthy fat, have a protein, have some fiber. Like, you need everything. I will say though, I thrive on a high protein diet. So like in the morning, I tend to only eat like eggs. I know that probably sounds crazy to some people, but I eat only eggs in the morning because that's what my body feels best when I do. I don't feel great when I have a big carb breakfast. I personally don't feel good with that, but I love some carbs at like lunchtime. Like, but that's just me because I've been experimenting with what makes me feel good as far as what I'm eating. So I thrive on a high protein diet. I recommend it, but it all comes down to balance and knowing that your body will always feel its best when you're eating whole foods, actual real food that wasn't overly processed in a factory. And last topic, but certainly not least, how you carry yourself and how you treat others. This impacts looks, and let me tell you why. I have met some of the most beautiful people. They are gorgeous human beings. They're beautiful. They're like conventionally pretty people. Like, if you look at them, they're like, yeah, that person's attractive. But let me tell you, when they open their mouth, all that attraction went out the window. Like, to me, someone who is, you know, beautiful on the outside, but like has no personality really, or just could care less about like what you're saying, or just is rude, or doesn't, or just gives you like weird faces, that to me is, that cancels out any outside prettiness that you had. And I know a lot of people can agree with me, but someone who's like mean or rude, I don't care how pretty you are no longer pretty to me. Because if I feel like you can't be a decent human being, then what does it matter what you look like? This last section of my list is really be kind to people and be a decent human being. Like, that will affect your outward appearance, because even if you're not the most conventionally attractive person, if you are a cool person, if you are someone that I feel like I can have fun with, that I can talk to, that is approachable, that is personable, if you have a great personality, I could care less what you look like, if I'm being so honest. If anything, this is the most important part of the video. If you are a decent human being with self-awareness, a decent human being that treats other people well, like, welcome to the pretty club, like, honestly. Welcome to the pretty club, because you are automatically beautiful to me. And another thing with the personality thing is self-awareness. Self-awareness is hot, guys. Skeppy actually talks a lot about this because he's like the king of this topic, and I agree so much with so many points he makes. Self-awareness is attractive. Like, if you are someone who could read the room, if you're someone who knows what to say, or like knows when to not say something, like someone who just knows how to read people and read the room, that is attractive. That is so attractive. When you meet someone with self-awareness, you're like, wow, what an emotionally intelligent human being. Self-awareness also just shows confidence, and confidence trumps it all, guys. If you are a confident person, or if you just carry yourself as a confident individual, trust and believe you are a beautiful person. Hi guys, this is me editing, but I wanted to add to the confidence thing. If you think you're ugly, then you probably are, in the sense that, like, what you think and what you internalize is what you become. So if you think you're ugly, and if you walk around thinking, oh my gosh, I don't look good, oh my gosh, like, look at her, she looks so much better. If you constantly internalize that, you will constantly stay in that state. So that's another reason why I titled this video the way I did, because if you think you're ugly, you probably are, because if you internalize that you're ugly, you probably will always feel ugly no matter what you do to your look. So that's number one before anything. I just want to add that, and I completely just didn't put that in the clip, but yeah. Like, you are a pretty person by default because you already have proven to yourself that you're a pretty person. You're confident. If you are confident, you by definition have already told everyone, yes, I'm pretty. That is probably the most important part of this whole list. Take all the physical tips I just said, like, play around with some of the things that I've said, but really it all comes down to how you are as a human being, guys, and that's the truth. That was the end of my little spiel on how to level up in 2024. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow my socials. I read the comments, guys, so if you guys want to see something from me, or if you just want to ask a question, or if you have a question about any of this, comment below. I love responding to your comments. I love reading them. So don't be shy. Comment on here. I'll see it. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.